Yes. Hello everyone, we are back at Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights, and we're actually here a little bit early for Stay and Scream, where we get to enjoy the horror houses before Horror Nights starts. How you get to do Stay and Scream is actually if you are an annual pass holder or you happen to buy the day pass and you also have your Horror Nights ticket, you are actually able to come in a little bit earlier, wait in line for the horror houses to start. And I'm very excited. I'm accompanied by Ryan, and we're gonna have a fantastic time, so let's do it. Hi Ryan, you did this house without spoiling anything. Thoughts?
If you watched season 4, you're gonna love this house. If you didn't, you will probably also love this house because it's the most cinematic masterpiece that has ever existed. Not really ever, but this year it's probably the most cinematic house, and it's amazing. I love it.
I have a feeling Eddie's gonna be in this house, and I love Eddie. Who doesn't love Eddie? And my friends are shaking their head, so like I'm gonna geek out. I'm very excited. You said
not,
no.
He's
What
not,
do you
he's-
know?
Spoiler: he's not in this house.
Not at all.
Yeah.
For season 4, he's not in this house. None of the characters
They
are in
couldn't
this
get the
house.
rights to the actor's face, his likeness, so he's just not in the house.
He's just not in the house. Don't make me cry. Hi guys, so we're doing Stranger Things. I am so excited, but unfortunately I cannot record inside the house, so it'll be a nice little time skip, and I'll tell you my thoughts afterwards. Okay, so we just finished the Stranger Things house, and as I thought, 10 out of 10. That's gonna be my favorite house. As a Stranger Things fan, maybe as not as a Stranger Things fan as well, you're just gonna appreciate that house. That I don't think anything's gonna beat that, but we'll see.
I think you're probably gonna like Exorcist a lot. Do you like the original movies?
I do. It's been a minute since I've seen them, but I do like the movies. I said I'm excited for the new movie. I've seen the old Exorcist movies. I mean, who doesn't like a good demon inside your soul to get exorcised, you know?
Wait, are you telling me The Exorcist is not a movie about a personal trainer? Wait, what have I been watching?
All right, so that was the Exorcist house, and without even seeing the movie, I'll be completely honest, I want to see the movie now. That house was fantastic. That was... I thought I really liked the Stranger Things one. I really liked the Stranger Things one. This one might be in my top 5 now. This one, maybe even top 3. The Exorcist was really, really good. There were so many jump scares. The theming was fantastic. Even there was a part with the part. There's gonna be a spoiler without Ryan trying to run over himself because he's videotaping. Without trying to spoil anything. There's a part in the room where they're trying to exercise, obviously, the little girl. You know, trying to get her a good workout, bro. Trying to get a good workout, but it is the creepiest part in that house because you don't know if she's gonna jump or not. And it's a scare actor, but you don't know what she's gonna do. That was a great house. Now, the lady, unfortunately, is not with me this evening, but she did text me a few items she would like for me to try. And so we're gonna do those items that she texted me. I am slightly scared, don't know what she's gonna suggest. Hopefully something good. She knows me. I think it'll be good. So last time we were here, this booth, the line for it was astronomically long. This is going to be the Left Behind ravioli, which I've heard great things about, and they also have a Salt Lake City iced coffee. And if you guys know me, I am an iced coffee stan all the way. Not everyone in the world likes coffee. For some reason, they just don't like to be caffeinated, but honestly, I don't know who that is. Like, there must be something wrong with them.
There is something wrong. There is something wrong with me. I get panic attacks from caffeine. So thanks a lot for bringing up my trauma. Okay.
Love you too, buddy. Hi, Ryan. Any of these 3 items so far stick out to you that you want to try?
I mean, all of these 3 items stick out to me.
They definitely are very bizarre.
They're definitely bizarre. It doesn't mean I want to try them. I'll be trying some of the ravioli and dibs on like 50% of that like peanut butter bar. This one looks amazing. The coffee drink, we don't drink. Isabel and I don't drink, and there's alcohol in that, but Blake will get our full review for sure.
Now, before the rest of the night starts, I mean, having a coffee I think is very acceptable. This is an alcoholic beverage. I did try to get it non-alcoholic, and unfortunately, this is a beverage they could not change. So, party on Wayne, party on Garth. All right, guys, as the coffee connoisseur that I am, let's do this. Nice smells. Smells like coffee with liquor. Yeah, which it is. So let's go for it. Okay. A little bitterness from the coffee. Hints of peanut butter, not overbearing. Liquor, don't taste, dangerous. Overall, this is fantastic, actually. for a coffee, and especially to get the night going before we go around and go into the rest of the houses and sweat, I think I highly recommend a coffee, but I'm a coffee connoisseur, so this is cold brew. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna strategically cut off.
Oh, you gotta use, pumpkin.
I thought it was gonna be soft and gooey, bro. There we go. I will say I really do like how this is on I think it's like, okay, you guys are gonna know this because you haven't played the video game, but this sheet that's on here, this is one of the, almost like the money in Last of Us, to where instead of regular currency, they use this.
Fucking nerd.
I am. They use this, I don't know, but they use this to pay for their food. It is a waste of money, but they use this to pay for their food. Nerd talk. Aye, food ration, let's do it. Okay, I gotta talk about something. This entire festival is obsessed with peanut butter. There's like 6 items on this Horror Nights list of all the food that involve peanut butter. There's a drink, the coffee, this. I know there's even more. So, I love peanut butter. You guys are hitting my taste buds. But this in particular is almost a little too peanut buttery. Stop with the peanut butter. I'm still gonna eat it though. Even though Ryan was making fun of me for my nerd fact, as you could tell, this is the official ration ticket to be able to get your food. Sometimes it pays off to be a nerd. Last but not least, the ravioli. On the bright side, we get a really cool can out of it. Who's taking it home? I don't know.
Oh, you got a little one.
I did get a little one. You want me to get another one? Little boy? Here, I got a big mouth, so. Oh, that's too many raviolis. I'm just gonna go with the one.
Okay. So we have to switch arms. Swatch. Okay. So
okay.
No, you stay on
I stay on my arm?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like.
Ah, yes. Well, that's fantastic.
That's not bad.
That's actually really good.
Oh.
I heard that this was highly sought after. First night I went, the line was literally all the way down to.
Wait, hold on. Who is
Transformers?
This? Who is like?
Oh, a lot of people.
Let's rope drop the ravioli.
The line was long, dude. You can't lie. That was facts. That line was all the way out to Transformers. A lot of people have said good things about this. Not right now.
Oh,
we came at a good first night. Okay. First night. It's so good. I want another. You don't want another? You gotta do second bites.
I'll do a second.
Everyone knows the rule. Second bites.
Oh wait, there's a. What is this in here? I fished out.
Wait, there's bread? I didn't know there was bread. There was garlic bread?
Yeah, at the bottom. It's mine though.
You can eat it. That's all you, man. You can have it. Have your garlic bread.
my half cut of garlic bread. Okay. Oh, there's also ravioli on the bottom.
Go for it.
It's like a mutant. One bite.
One bite. One bite. You can do it. One bite. That was pretty good. You only lost a ravioli. Good job.
$10, I'll eat that one.
I'm actually very surprised how good that ravioli was. I'm gonna rank that a good solid 8 out of 10. If it wasn't such like a muggy day, I wouldn't get it. Like if it's a muggy or hot day, I wouldn't necessarily get it because it's a hotter food, but I don't know, it's pretty good. Like, I think I'm gonna recommend this for Halloween Horror Nights. And you get a cool can. Who likes cool cans? I like cool cans. All right, on to Dueling Dragons, which is a lot of fun because if you've ever been to Universal before, they used to have a ride called Dueling Dragons where now Hagrid's is. And we're gonna get some more facts from Ryan.
Dueling Dragons was a ride over in the Merlinwood area of Lost Continent at Islands of Adventure. Now, not only are you going to see things in this house when you do go through this house that are from Dueling Dragons, but also the quick service location that was in this land as well, which was Enchanted Oak Tavern. I love old Islands of Adventure lore, if you can't tell, and seeing this on the rumor board for like things that were going to be happening this year like got me so pumped, and I'm so pumped this house is actually here. It isn't like the perfect house, but I really, really love that they did it, and it looks amazing. There's amazing big scenes, stuff like that. Blake will have to tell you what it's like once we're done.
So that was Dueling Dragons, and I'll be honest, I really like that house. The theming in it definitely was for me. Like, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so all the medieval stuff. You had some, like, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it was definitely really cool. If you like medieval knights or even Remember the Ride, then I'd absolutely recommend that house. That house was a lot of fun. Not necessarily on the like scary factor. It wasn't super scary, but it was very enjoyable, and I would do it again. There we go. And of course, we're going through the jungle. We did the scare zone last time, and honestly, it's so cool to see it during the day. Just to see all the other details, all the other scare actors out. I don't even know where Ryan's walking to. Man is fazed by nothing. Hey Ryan, our best friend's over here. Remember him?
Who?
Right over here, the pilot.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, shout out to the scare actors. They do such a good job. And coming from someone that used to be a performer, I always appreciate my fellow performers. It is not easy doing this, especially staying in costume. I've apparently lost Ryan. I don't know where he went. There he is. I wonder if a scare actor will get him. We'll see what happens. Nothing really phases him. He looks a little lost. One thing I forgot to mention is that they actually have a Megan Horde. Yes, Megan the doll from the movie, I think that dropped like last year. I actually did see the movie. It wasn't that bad of a movie, but the Megan Horde is a group of Megans that show up randomly in the park that will pop up and do like the little dance from the movie. And apparently it's really, really hard to see. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping we run into the Megan Horde tonight. So we have completed so far 3 houses. We did Stranger Things, Exorcist, and Dueling Dragons. Honestly, you know, I'm so glad I thought of the idea of going to Stay and Scream. It was definitely 100% my idea to do this. I had no previous knowledge of this information before I made this video. It was like, the thought just randomly came to me from like a dream. With like, it was like almost like a Buddha showed up with like a nice shiny bald head and said, Blake, you need to go to Halloween Horror Nights early. Yeah, as you can tell, it was 100% my idea. All right, we got the green lights. No Death Eaters yet, but I'm definitely on a journey to get some avocadabra. I don't even know how to say that right. Was it like, if you saw my last video, you would know that we got to see the Death Eaters, which was super cool, super interactive. We're hoping to see them again, hang out with them, you know, maybe become part of the team. I want to take a photo with him. I wonder if he'll be nice enough to take a photo. Oh, you gotta love it. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you gotta come see the Death Eaters. Dude, this Death Eater is doing such a good job. Bro, a Death Eater just came up and poked their wand in my back and sniffed me. That was fantastic, 10 out of 10. That was great. I never thought I'd need to get sniffed by a Death Eater before.
Sorry.
How you doing?
Very sorry. You can look, I don't have any tattoos. No, tattoos are bad. They're permanent. They're permanent. I would never get a tattoo ever. Never, ever.
You need the death mark.
It's against, okay. Sorry. I put 15 minutes before 15 minutes.
So majestic. Like, I'm trying to get a selfie, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen. But enjoy all the clips of the Death Eaters. It's pretty awesome. Try and make sure another one sneaks up on me or something.
It's like the gathering of the Juggalos.
Like what? Dude, they're just everywhere. What do you think so far as a newly Harry Potter fan?
I'm a big fan of the Death Eaters. I love the Death Eaters. I love your work. Not really. I can't say that. I can't say that. You're right.
Yeah, well, it's my channel, so we like your work.
This is like, I feel like I'm at a Sleep Token meet and greet. Nobody gets that. Nobody gets that.
No,
Okay.
no, people understand.
I don't know about
People
that.
understand.
Look it up.
Do you know Sleep Token? Let me know down below. So we're trying to catch something super, super awesome for you guys. Just wait. Here it is, guys. Here it is. Here it is. I had no idea they even did that. So being able to see it for the first time, that was phenomenal. That was phenomenal. On to the next house, and specifically Last of Us. Now, for some reason, Ryan doesn't like the house. Ryan also has not played the video game or watched the show, which the show doesn't really matter because the house is based off the video game. Didn't like it. You know, I think he's just hater over here. Hate. But, you know, I'm going to enjoy the house. And if he's right, I don't know, I'll buy you a food item. How about that? If I really don't like it.
If you don't like it,
Yeah.
well, you're just gonna say you like it. So
I was going to
Sure.
give you free food. Don't you want free food?
I'm okay. I don't want to try the food at Horror Nights.
No, come on. I was going to get you twisted taters.
No, thank you. I'll pass. Off camera, you're just like, twisted taters are bad. I don't get it.
Yes. So if you guys are ever coming to Horror Nights, you'll see twisted taters. Definitely a favorite in a sense of if you've never been to Horror Nights, maybe get it once, try it, and then just never again. They're not worth the money. You could take that money, spend it on better food. Twisted taters, no. It's like, I'm what?
It's like you're taking a salt shaker and just pouring it down your throat.
Let me know down below if you played the video game Last of Us. Again, I've said this, I think, before in my other videos, but the first game of Last of Us was fantastic. The second one was subpar. Look, it's nighttime. I'm really sad about this because Ryan was right.
Don't you owe me something now?
I do. I own you twisted taters, man. That Last of Us house was actually very disappointing. On the scare factor, it was like maybe a 2 at best. I could not for the life of me, and I have played the game, figure out where they were telling the story. It wasn't like a beginning to middle to end. Apparently, it was only within 4 hours of the game when they enter Pittsburgh and certain selected scenes of that video game. But even then, it was very hard to tell where the heck the house was taking place. They did have clickers. They had a scene with a bloater, which was pretty cool. But I felt so lost. And funny enough, thinking about it now, there were barely any Joels or...
There was like 3.
3 at most. And then... What's her name? I'm forgetting her name. Ellie. There were like no.
How did you not know
Dude,
that?
I blanked, bro. I blanked. There were like no Ellies. There was like maybe 2 Ellies at most, unless it was a scare actor thing. They just didn't have enough, and like things change throughout the nights, and maybe. But there were not a lot of Joels, not a lot of Ellies. It was more clickers at most, and then even then, I don't know what he's doing back there. So next on the list is Unmasked, and I have actually, full disclosure, done this house already. Ryan has as well. We have very, very different opinions on this house. The first time I did it, I did not enjoy it. So, of course, in good fashion, I have to do it again. Again, if you've ever been to Horror Nights before, sometimes some nights aren't always the same. They make changes, the scare actors try different things, so you never know what to expect. It's always good to try a house again, even if you didn't like it the first time. So we'll see what happens. Ryan puts us in his #1 spot. We'll see. We'll see. I will let you know that after The Last of Us might be in my last spot. So Unmasked the first time definitely wasn't as bad as The Last of Us, but we'll see what happens. So me and Ryan are divided on this. Now, it's not definitely in my last spot. It's not in my first spot. Now, I did do this house before, and I almost put it on my last spot then, but they definitely changed a few things going a second time. And I talked about this earlier. You know, if you go to Horror Nights, definitely do a house again because things change. Scare actors do different stuff, and they kind of learn as they go. So I would put this house more maybe in the middle for me. I do still think it's a little bit all over the place. Sorry, Ryan. Not that it's bad. Unfortunately, I do think The Last of Us house might be on my bottom half. We'll see about Chucky. We'll see about Chucky after that. This is more in the middle, but again, near the end of the video, I think I'm going to rank the houses so far. Better than last time, but not the best. So Horror Nights this year did spread out a lot of their food booths. Specifically, the classic pizza fries, which a lot of people rave about, are actually over near the Woody Woodpecker Pizza Zone. So if you do want the pizza fries, they're over here next to the SpongeBob. I'm ready.
Look at him. Look at
That is such a good shot.
He was talking to me. I was so happy he was talking to me.
And honestly, I had no idea. Like, I knew all the scare zones were based around Dr. Oddfellow, but I didn't know this one specifically was his origin story.
Loosely, so you'll see his symbol throughout the entire event. We'll be able to point this out in scare zones, but it's like this big circle with like a triangle and other mini circles and stuff. That's the symbol of Dr. Oddfellow. You'll find it throughout the rest of the event as well. We'll point it out. Zodiac has one. I think they have it on one of the trucks over by the shipyard. So cool.
Now again, this is Dr. Oddfellow, and again, this scare zone is his origin story. Well, loosely his origin story. Thanks, Ryan. I don't know if anyone else is thinking this, but I instantly thought Indiana Jones. Instantly thought Indiana Jones. I know maybe I'm just far off on that one, but let me know. I thought that. It's the nerd. I don't know. So I mentioned it earlier. Ryan wanted to make fun of my wording. That's okay, Ryan. But as you can tell from the spaghetti and the coffee, the line is getting bigger as we speak.
You are right. I will admit you're right for once.
Another tip for the night, which I've talked about before plenty of times, but I love to reiterate it, is that if you do go to Halloween Horror Nights, I do recommend not just buying a single night. I would recommend either doing a few nights, because you can't necessarily get everything done in a single night, and honestly, you shouldn't. You know, you should enjoy Horror Nights for what you want to do. If you want to just do the scare zones, do the scare zones. If you want to do one or two houses, do one or two houses. So I definitely recommend to anyone out there that is going, don't do a single night. Definitely do either multiple nights, or if you can, if you think you're coming on a vacation for a week, just buy the month pass. They have definitely different options for you, but I definitely recommend not going just one night, because there is so much to do that you're not going to get in on all one night. So as you can tell, we went to the Yeti booth, and of course we got the snowball, which I think was the bloody snowball? Bloody snowball? Something bloody, horrific snowball. And we almost got the poutine, but we're like, nah, it's time for sweets. But I did also get the Original Sin cider, and specifically because it's actually gluten-free, and this is one of the very few items that Horror Nights has drink-wise that is gluten-free. So any of my gluten-free fans out there that are gluten-free, I highly recommend this. I had this before, and I'm definitely going to review it again for you guys. All right, let's rock and roll with the snowball. I'm just going to pick this sucker up and go for it. I know where you messed up. You gotta do it again.
There's filling.
You gotta do it again. Isabel got a snowball as well. She thought there was no filling. It's right there. You actually might think this is closer to the snowball that we were talking about if you had the filling. I think you gotta try again. Guys, I'm gonna rate this. I mean, I'm a sweets guy, so this is gonna be high for me. We're going 8. I like coconut, I like chocolate, I like sweets. This is definitely a biased review and a biased rating, but I don't care. All right, so let's open this up and let us do the cider.
No, just straight up. I don't like it. I think you guys would love it. I don't like it.
Again, definitely a cider, not as sweet as say like an Angry Orchard, definitely a little bit smoother, not overbearing. It just sits perfectly. I think this is a very nice addition to Halloween Horror Nights. Again, being gluten-free, if you're gluten-free, I highly recommend. Gets the job done. This is fantastic, and you know, they give other beverages, of course, at Halloween Horror Nights, regardless if you're not gluten-free. I think there's a little bit more bang for your buck because a lot of the other cocktails and drinks that they serve at Halloween Horror Nights usually tend to be pre-batched. So I feel like when it comes to cans like this, and especially a cider, you're getting a little bit more out of it, you know, a little bit more, like, honestly, value. So I definitely highly recommend this drink, regardless of being gluten-free or not. And if you are gluten-free, 10 out of 10, definitely get this beverage. Refreshing. You gotta love the cast. You can't tell who's a guest and who's a vamp. My favorite right there. Vamp Jimi Hendrix.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Oh, we don't know that for sure? We don't know that. I don't know, man. Remember that last time, what I said? The only question I have is they better have a vampire themed to Jimi Hendrix.
You were right. You were right.
So excited I was right. Scariest thing about this scare zone are those prices. I would love for things to cost that much again. So the lady really wanted me to try the Dr. Oddfellow's Carnival dog, but I'm not a fan of hot dogs. So let me know in the comments down below if you really want me to try that. It'll be in my next video. It's got bubblegum mustard, bubblegum dressing, whatever it is. It just doesn't look appealing whatsoever. But if they really want me to try it, I'll do it. I don't want it. Hi guys, so that was Halloween Horror Nights, and of course I didn't get to do all of the houses, but the houses I did get to experience, we are gonna rank real quick. Starting off at the bottom is probably gonna be Last of Us. That Last of Us house was quite disappointing. Like, from someone who played the video game, it wasn't really scary, and it was really hard to tell like what was going on. And also, the main characters just weren't in the house. Like, they were just not there. It was mostly the infected, which has a place as well, and I understand that being a scary house, but I really thought like some of the main characters would show up a little bit more. Next would be Unmasked. Unmasked for me was fun, definitely better the second time that I went through. The idea of Unmasked is that you have the Hunchback of Notre Dame, you have the Phantom of the Opera, you have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and the Invisible Man, and they each have their own section in the haunted house. And to me, I just found it to be a little overwhelming in a sense, and all over the place. But still a good house, still recommend, but this is definitely more in the middle for me. In my third spot, this is going to be Dueling Dragons. This one was actually pretty good. I would say sometimes I would even argue it might be even my second, just for theming purposes, because I do love all the medieval stuff, and there was a really cool Easter egg in the end. If you were ever to ride Dueling Dragons, you either got to pick the red side or a blue side. That happens in this house as well, is you get a different ending. So it definitely gives you incentive to go back and do the house. So you could leave by the red side or leave by the blue side, and you'll get like a slight different story, which is super cool. So, but this will be in my third spot. For my second spot is going to be Exorcist. Probably no surprise there, but this house really wants me to go see the new movie, which I'm very excited for. The jump scares were phenomenal, and honestly, when it comes to children in scare zones, just demonic children is creepy. So definitely my second spot. Going on to my first spot, probably no surprise, Stranger Things. It just captivated all of season 4 within one house from beginning to middle to end. We had some amazing scenes with Eddie, of course, and Vecna himself looked crispy. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but this is definitely going to be my number one house. If you want to know what house you should wait for, absolutely Stranger Things. If you are a Stranger Things fan, or heck, you just like that concept of Stranger Things, I think this is the number one house at Halloween Horror Nights. Again, big shout out to Ryan and Elizabeth. Thank you so much, guys. It was so fun to hang out with you again once at Halloween Horror Nights. Make sure you go follow them. They're fantastic content creators in the theme park content creating scene. I will be back again for Halloween Horror Nights to continue some more of the houses, reviewing some more food, and just having a wonderful time. Remember to subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss a post, and I will catch you guys next time.